Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Tunisia. The nightcap game, the final game on game day one of the World Cup qualifiers. Rwanda and Guinea will try and wrap up proceedings and get themselves moving down that road to Qatar with a win. Had some great games here in the Radas multidisciplinary arena. Cameroon came up short against Cape Verde, and the first game, pretty straightforward win for South Sudan. And then a classic, the hometown, the home country, Tunisia, get the win in overtime over Nigeria. And that just leaves us the one game, the nightcap game. Guinea and Rwanda to close out proceedings on day one. These teams have faced each other twice in FIBA official competitions. The head-to-head is 1-1. And that's just, it's useful information. And it does not really give either team any sort of heads up, any sort of advantage over the other. It's all about today. Rwanda bring 7 players that played in the Afrobasket this summer. And Yves Murenzi, the head coach, moves up from being the assistant coach to taking full responsibility for this Rwanda national team. Guinea just have 4 players who played in Afrobasket in the summer, but no changes on the bench, roles, or actual personnel. So a fair amount of continuity for both teams. Guinea's best performance in an Afrobasket before was a long, long time ago, 1962, when they finished 4th. Guinea best performance has been 9th, and that was this year, 9th in an Afrobasket. And this team did a really nice job in Angola to end up in that 9th spot, just outside the top 8. Really do have a superstar in the midst. Shannon Evans had a great professional career, 31 years old now, the point guard. Has spent a lot of time in Spain in the ACP. When he has played for this national team, averages 20 points a game, rolls it out there for 34 minutes. He really does add some level to this roster, and Coach Asolich knows exactly what he's going to get out of Shannon Evans. Rwanda ranked 90th on the FIBA World Rankings, powered by Nike. Well, the return of Jean-Jacques Sobozio, every commentator's favorite player, real quality, real character in the backcourt for Rwanda, Jean-Jacques. And also they have their own very high level naturalized player, David McCormack, currently with Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga, has been across a number of great programs in Europe. We'll talk about it more after the national anthems of both countries, starting with Guinea. And now the national anthem of Rwanda. Absolutely nothing to compare with the playing in the national anthems, exchange of gifts. If you weren't excited before as a player, you are excited at this moment. The national anthem and the exchange of gifts, that tradition ahead of national team basketball. Here's the third team on the floor for this evening's game. The officials, the third team. And as always, the standard of shading is of the highest level. Mr. Say, Mr. Diallo, and Mr. Kalume. Senegal, Malawi, and Central are taking charge of this game. Gonna get a look at the starting lineups in a moment. Dede Aserich, the head coach of Guinea rather, are vastly experienced. And the head coach for Rwanda, Yves Murenzi, takes that step up and becomes the head coach after being on the coaching staff for a number of years. Well, Guinea will come into this fixture, into this matchup as the favorite, the higher ranked team on the FIBA World Rankings, ranked at 72. And also, they have so many points in the bank. Players on this, 5 players, double-digit averages in the African Championships last summer. They really are a team that scores for fun. Championships leads them in scoring even more than Shannon Evans, who averaged 20 points per game. Diallo with 24 a game for the national team. So we'll give you a check on the starters as they come out. Guinea go with Sunimian Boom, Abdoulaye Sai, Shannon Evans, Cheick Konde, and Mohamed Kuwaita. And going the other way, Kado Farah and Jean-Jacques Shabuzo, Stephen Hagumintwari, David McCormack, and Diadoni Undeze. So we're on the way. And Rwanda get a look at it. First time up. Should be outside. Will off the down screen. Nice pass. Super execution. Defense literally just stood still as Dufara just went down the lane for two. Guinea try to answer. A little weave action. Look underneath. Deep in the corner three is no good. There's Jean-Jacques. Leads the break. Gets the transition ball screen. Moves it and hits the second side. Nice flow to Rwanda. First possession's up. Settle for the three, which is long. The mess is cleared up by Shannon Evans. Evans, little hesitation, spins in the lane, goes up with his shoulder push. Shibozua gets it down the floor. Steps back, 4 to 3 is no good. Great work on the glass to keep it alive. And as a team, Rwanda get a little recycle with a full team. To the ring for two is no good. A lot of rim protection. The mid-range shot is good as Agamintawali picks up the points. Well, feet set for the three. And Guinea just can't get it going. Great work on the glass, but the mess is cleared up. A little bit of soccer, and Guinea will have it on the sideline. They just need to see the ball go through the hoop. That'll settle everybody down. Guinea show a horn set and will then stagger away. Deep three is good. Well, both teams have had some real nice rhythm. And if you leave Shannon Evans that open, it doesn't matter where he is. He's gonna knock it down. Nice skip, again, time, set the feet for the three is no good. Defensive rebound pulled in. If Rwanda have a little bit of an Achilles heel, it can be their three-point shooting. Numbers down the floor though, 4 on 3 on the break. Settle for the three, he's short. Great work on the glass. One thing they do not get beat at is physical effort. Mid-range two is good. Cormac gets his first 2 points of these World Cup qualifiers. Guinea settled for the three, and both teams going to the glass hard. We got a whistle. That's a serious effort on the glass. Mohamed Quetta. No one put a body on him. Got going from the foul line. When you have that floor spaced and stretched, it's hard to box guys out. Waiter on the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter across his national team career. Only averages 6 points a game, plays 20 minutes. 6 points at 42%. Like a number of this Guinea lineup. Plays a club basketball in France. Farah is the reversal man. A lean away on the two is no good. And hang on Mintara. They do a great job getting back. McCormack gets a piece of it. They're going to have to reset on the sideline. 19 seconds remain on the possession. Both teams have that feel of trying to work each other out a little. It's always tough, first game of a national team window. super rotation. Abdoulaye C was licking his lips in the corner until the defense rotated to get a piece. Great rotation. David McCormack again just read it, ran the rules, dropped to the line of the ball. Well, again, they find the wide open look. And Rwanda dodge another bullet. Jean-Jacques Bourgeois did not play in the Afro-Basket in the summer. Gets back well there, though. Contests, chance to go the other way. Jack moves it on. Quintara doesn't get the two to drop. Defensive rebound. And both teams, if they're guilty of anything, it's for settling for shots that a little bit too early for the quality of them. Again, Guinea settle for yet another three. Nice lift. Open three in rhythm. And there you go. The execution was better. The timing was better. And Suleimani Boom Jr. knocks down the three, gives Guinea the 8-6 advantage halfway through the first. McCormack wants to go to work here. Wants to try, doesn't want to play one-on-one. You'd have thought he'd have gone at it. McCormack wants it, gets it again. Goes to the baseline, tough move. Just bullet his way to the ring to pick up the points. We have a new ball game. Just under halfway through the quarter one. Oh, super rotation. Jean-Jacques helps down double teams and gets the block. So Boussoua was just quick, just hunted the ball down. Evans, super pass. I have a needle time. And when you have the quality of Shannon Evans at the point, you better have your hands up. He'll find you. Whistle on the play as again, Rwanda push in transition. Neither team really wants to pull it out and slow it down. Both teams want to really play at a tempo. Varahat will check out. Agomin Twara on the free throw line. Stephen Hagomintara makes the first. And Prince Muizi checks in. Just the 1 for 2. Great work on the glass. Chance to run. Numbers down the floor. That's a super transition play, but they turn it over. Evans has it. Stops and pops and fills it up. Shannon Evans loves this role, loves the feel he has with this national team. Knocks down the three in open play. 13-9, they have the advantage. McCormack faces up. Gets the soft roll. He's a hell of an asset to add to this Rwanda national team. And they come up with a steal. Oh, super little pass. Highlight time. Boussoua with the little assist, just left it behind him. High off the glass, whistle on the play. And both teams have got to get back and play some defense here because both teams in transition getting to the ring and getting to the ring at will. McCormack picks up the personal. Checks in. David McCormack will step out. Conde checks out, as does C for Guinea, and Suleimani Boum on the free throw line. This is the first. That completes the second. Well, we've had some tough games here today. One overtime game, a really tough opener. South Sudan got the win in a relatively straightforward way after Libya flattered in the first quarter, but this one looks like we're going to go deep into the game. The three is no good. Great work on the glass, but it breaks out. Guinea 3-on-1. Pass and finish is good. And a super job filling the lane. Ousmane Dlamé with the two. Puraha goes inside. Well, they're going to count it. Basket interference. Got to reward the big man. The big man runs the floor, and his opening transition has to get a touch. Got to keep him interested. Guinea with the weave. Great rotation from the help side. Jean-Jacques gives it up. Three in, rhythm in transition. And Dize gets the three. Gives Rwanda the two-point advantage. Evans moves it on. Great first step for the easy two. All about the play off the pass. Ousmane Kaba just ripped it through and went. Nice feel. Inside, outside, attack the closeout, stop and pop is no good. Defensive rebound pulled in. Dlamé comes down with another positive stat. Evans stops, is long with a three. And all the mess is cleared up. And Chabouzwa has it. DZ just settled for the jump shot. Last minute of what's been a really, it's flown by this first quarter. Evans can't get it to go. Ball will go back to Rwanda. Could go quick to get the 2 for 1 here. Jacques pulls the trigger for three, is short. Well, they get the 2 for 1. Toi stops, pops, doesn't get the 2 to go. Both teams struggling to get any consistency offensively. Guinea will try and hold, but they almost turned it over. Sean Evans, he's fouled. How smart was that? Felt the contact, put the shot up, will go to the free throw line for 3. Unless they're going to call this on the floor, which is a little hot. There's the foul, yeah. Evans trying to be smart, trying to put the shot up. Both coach and Ousmane Dlamé not totally happy with the call. Do believe that Evans was trying to put it up. More than enough time to get the shot away. Well, it would have been more than enough time if they'd have just put it up earlier. But we've reached the end of 1. And Boum wants to talk about it as he makes his way into the huddle. And we're tied at 18 after the first quarter. Both teams had their moments. Both teams really struggling from deep. Gonna get a look at the stats. 14%, 1 from 7 and 3 from 11 for Guinea. That's 11 threes in a quarter. That's on target for a large number of three-point attempts for the 72nd ranked team in the world. Let's get a look at the best plays of a first quarter that flew by. Only 4 fouls in the whole of the first quarter. Defensively, neither team made a statement at the defensive end. One guy who did make a statement, Shannon Evans, with the three and the pass, did a really nice job. But got to say, David McCormack matched him in terms of impact on the game. And McCormack and Ndezi on the inside for Rwanda did a nice job. Nice touch, great vision by Jean-Jacques and Shobu Zwa. Well, there's the courtside 1891 app. There's the download the app from that QR code there. Extended highlights, live games, live scores. Everything you'd want to know about FIBA International Basketball is on that app. Download it from your normal source. You'll see that QR code at various points of tonight's game. Well worth a download. So Rwanda will start the second quarter. We're locked at 18. Little pick and pop action. Feet set for the three. Doesn't get the drop. That's a rebound. Super dub by Dlammy on the glass. And again, the early shot. The ball hits the top of the backboard and the 24-second device, but no real advantage on the glass. Prince Toi will advance the basketball. One of the young players that could really light up these World Cup qualifiers. Super pass and great finish. It's a great flash cut. Just like the way Ndezi really moves without the basketball. Just slashed through the keyway. Again, Guinea looking for that corner three. This time broken up. Mohamed Diallo in the corner. Oh, we talked about the depth that Guinea have. Number of players who got into double digits. It's not going to take long if they get open looks of that type. Shannon Evans just, how can you give him time and space? The one guy who's completely, should never be able to hide on the floor. They go through the air into transition. Look to the early post. Nice wrap. In traffic. Super ball movement. Abadele say just waited, took the contact. Will have to go to the free throw line. The majority of this Guinea lineup will either play in Pro B or first national level, third tier in France, as does Abdoulaye C. Wow, super work on the glass. cardinal sin. No one boxed out. Mohamed Diallo just went to work on the glass. He's been a big impact coming off the bench, Diallo. Gets his first 2 points. Again, super pass. Chance to run though. Too much traffic. As always, there's nothing wrong with kicking it out if you don't really see a way to the hoop. Down the lane, little floater. Doesn't get the roll. All the mess is cleaned up on the glass. That's a super job on the glass as Tuzimama gets the rebound. Off the glass for 2 is good. And that's quick. Prince Toi just took off. Currently a freshman in Tyler University. Ball reversal, wide open 3 all day and all night to release that one. Usmani Kaba again. If you don't guard people on either of these teams, no one's going to turn down the open look. And Guinea's three-point percentage starts to mount up to 38%. Great work on the glass. Drame gets it up. Open 3 off the rebound is good. And Rwanda are going to take the timeout on the back of the Suleimani Boom Junior 3. The Limoges point guard just stroked it. And as I said, that three-point percentage is creeping up the whole time for Guinea, now at 40%. Let's take a listen to this Rwanda timeout.
Red, middle ball screen, wide, but stick on your man. Hey, remember, when you try like this, he won't shoot. Yeah, I'm talking, don't worry. Focus on 3, focus on 1, 2, 3.
No, we didn't get to hear much of the timeout, but they have to extend the defense right now. 6 for 15 from the three-point line for Guinea now, 40%. Down the other way, it's not really the problem. It's just they've got to really play much harder at the defensive end. David McCormack outside the three-point line, needs a pass. Will pass and screen. Toi moves it on. McCormack going to work in the block, nice pass. And they don't get the 24 away. McCormack's got to take a little bit more responsibility on the inside. If he's got one-on-one coverage, you'd expect him to go up. Got a whistle, offensive. And when it starts to starts to rain, it will pour. A little too easy on the perimeter. Guinea on the penetration, get it knocked away. They'll retain possession. 10 on the clock. Rwanda just being a little passive at the defensive end. Hence the 11-point lead for Guinea as they try to move the basketball, create the open look. They just have too much time, too much space. And Daisy checks back in. Oh, they turn it over from the end line. One of those unforgivables. Georgiak will advance the basketball. Twa has it. Oh, it just comes off his foot. Evans is not going to need a second invitation. Gets the 2 on the breakaway. And it goes from bad for worse for Rwanda as Guinea open it out to a 13-point advantage. Again, the defensive pressure beginning to just wear down Rwanda in the half court. Might need to take the other timeout. However quick they might need to take it. No point in saving it. So Bouzioua checks in, and they really have missed him. Evans checked out. It was a 2-point game. Another offensive rebound. Little runner, doesn't get the drop. They're all over the glass. That's a super effort. Guinea just winning every facet of the game. Ousmane Kaba gets the offensive rebound and putback. It's now 37 to 22. Scoreboard just catching up. There you go. Little hesitation. Evans, great pass. Great finish. And Guinea, led by Shannon Evans, are just in a different place than Rwanda at the moment. They lead this one 39 to 22. Timeout for Rwanda. And for me, it's how much defense they're prepared to play, because at the moment, Guinea getting everything they want when they want it. Great phase of play for Guinea. Let's take a listen to the timeout.
Keep going, David. We have 0 foul, guys. 0 foul. We have 4 minutes to play until the end. Not any easy basketball.
So make sure now you send him this way. Because you are doing this, and this guy's coming to help, and this guy's so you have to listen. Discipline. Every time where there's 2 guys, change your feet, send him opposite. That's what we need to do. Now, rebound is here. You are watching. The guy is grabbing the rebound. Everybody, we need to get involved on the rebounding. Hey,
no, we're beating ourselves right now. Possession by possession will play. Come on, we're beating ourselves right now. Come on.
Fight on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fight.
Come on, man. Gotta be physical. We need a top defense. Hey, gotta be physical with them. Hey, we got this, guys.
Well, regardless of anything else that Coach Morenzi said during that timeout, he started off no fouls. They haven't really committed anything. They haven't committed to the defensive effort. And subsequently, a very good basketball team in Guinea is just making them pay. Guinea come out of the timeout and get up the floor. Trying to turn that screw even tighter. going up and kicks. Step back for the three is no good, and they cannot buy one at the moment. Great work on the glass. Little floater gets the roll. If you outwork your opponent, good things happen. And Mama gets the two, but they've turned it over again. All because of effort coming out of the timeout. Great finish. And Guinea going to take the timeout. They would not want to see any momentum swing back to Rwanda. Timeout. Guinea, they still lead this one and lead it relatively comfortably. But Rwanda with back-to-back hoops.
We don't have any.
Let's take a listen.
No, it's two layups. Two layups. We gotta go get the rebound, guys. Stop some fast break with foul. Hey, next stop, listen up. Hey, wait down. Next stop is stop. You here. You here. Boom, here. Okay, set the screen for check. Check, you come here. Or in the last moment you change angle of the screen. Okay, and you try to attack away the screen. And boom, you go other side. Hey, Evans. Hey, watch boom, try, pass, again, go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Coach Saric not pulling any punches in the timeout. Get a replay of the steal and the easy two. .336 remain in the half. Back to a 13-point game, and Rwanda have a little bit of momentum. Would love to get a stop coming out of the timeout. Great hands, super finish. Well, Conde can definitely play, can definitely score. Really great hands on the catch. Whistle on the play. The first foul in this second quarter. We've talked about this a little bit. Someone's going to have to make a statement at the defensive end. Usua moves it on. Three, time and space. They get it to drop, but the ball will stay with Rwanda. Usmani Klabe thinks got a push, but 14-second reset. The flyby and the two off the glass is good. And DC just continues to impress. Much more effort defensively, and there you go. If you outwork your opponent, good things happen. And they're just attacking the basketball now. It's great to see Rwanda on a run. Go upstairs, just overcooked it. Shannon Evans will go the other way. Wide open, and the defense has just got to pick people up. They dodged the bullet as Diallo can't get the three to go. Wide open, though. Ivan Mintwara hands it off. Deep three is no good for McCormack. Almost as though McCormack hadn't seen the ball for a while, wanting to get a shot up. Doesn't get the three to drop. So much better effort-wise for Rwanda since the timeout. They still trail by 13, but all the signs are so much better. Suleimani Boom will inbound. And Rwanda show a little trap. It's taking a fair bit of time out the clock, which is the second objective. And the wide open three. You cannot leave Shannon Evans open. You can't leave to attack the ball and leave the most potent offensive threat on the floor wide open. Well, Rwanda have stopped the bleeding. They had that really poor period. It took two timeouts to stop it, but with 1:33 to go in the half, they would love to go in 10 or less going into the halftime locker room. Deasy moves it on. McCormick spins baseline, tries to get deep, needs a pass, just turns it over. Evans gets the ball screen, wants to play off the screen. Wide open. All he did was wait. So good to see Evans read the screens. Came off the screen, saw where they'd rotated to stop the roll, which leaves one player guarding two. He just finds the open man. It's a great job. 16-point margin, just about a minute to go in the half. And we've got a reaching foul. That'll be the fourth team foul for Guinea as Conde picks up the personal. That'll be his second personal foul. He'll sit. Ousmane Dlamini checks in. Try to go to the block. They settle for the three. You'd love to see him go inside just a little bit more. Evans in transition, turns the corner, then backs out, looks to go again. Breaks the defense down, gets in the lane with a little runner. He's short, chance to go the other way. And then there'll just be an open breakout layup on the runway. Took the layup, no highlight, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is their defense is generating more of their offense now. They close it to a 4-point game. Timeout for Guinea with well in the last minute. Just over 30 seconds remain of the first half. Let's take a listen.
Come on. Hey, listen up. We play all the way. Last 4 or 5 seconds play to go to the basket. After that, don't do stupid fouls that we have 4 more seconds to play. Understand? Yeah. Okay? We play motion all the way. And watch motion all the way. You or boom pass, short throw to Ousmane. They haven't been hedging. Okay, then we catch out short throw to Ousmane. Okay? Hey, motion, guys.
Guinea on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Motion all the way. Motion all the way.
Just under 30 remain, 14-point game. A stop and a score would really be the icing on the cake for Rwanda as they try and work their way back into this. They show the little trap. Evans gives it up. Evans swings the baseline, comes good, and moves it on. The extra pass was there. They missed the wide open look. Oh, they get the offensive rebound at all. Shannon Evans for the three is no good. And Rwanda dodged the bullet, but they stopped the bleeding in the last few minutes of that half. Shannon Evans and Guinea for a while there was just smooth. just opening out the advantage. They've retained that and lead at the half, 44-30. And they really did do such a good job midway through the second quarter. Gonna get a look at the stats and the best plays of the first half. Well, here are those best plays. And it was so good for Rwanda. Early in the quarter, they came out after an 18-18 first quarter and really just picked up where they'd left off. Got to the ring, ticked the scoreboard over. But then this started to happen. Closeouts with arms in you down low, so no one contested the shot. Open look after open look. Guinea went over 40% at that point from the three-point line, and that just opened up the game. And Rwanda just can't answer from the three-point line. They've only shot 1 for 14, and we said in the first half, their Achilles heel, if there is one, is their inability to score from deep. And it's a little contagious. Once someone starts to make one, everybody starts to make a shot. And that's where Guinea were, but they took the timeouts, re-established a little bit of, this is how we're gonna play, and stopped the bleeding, kept it to a 14-point game. And they've given themselves every chance to get back into this in the second half. But Guinea, when they're in full flow, are a team that can score. You must guard them, you must make them get the ball on the floor. And all too often, this happened. Feet set, open looks, and it was only after the timeouts did they get out and run, come up with stops, and got back in the game. Well, we're gonna take a break. We'll see you shortly for the second half to see if Guinea can close this one out. We'll see you soon.
This body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me!
Oh my!
No size. This is a small ball game.
Korks kicks it, extra pass, Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zegars. He was open for the three. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Bruno goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Bakker gets in. A little bit of elevation.
Bogdanovic, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Troika. Well, coach did Maybe Troika time. He's made the three-pointer.
Out of bounds. What are you doing? And the alley-oop! And Bankero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer. Between the legs, alley-oop pass. Yes! I love it, Jeff. Yes! I'm sure you can have something better. Oh, a good miss. The USA got it! Brandon from the corner! You have got to be kidding me! Unbelievable! A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup! Bridges does the unthinkable! Ties the game! 0.2 seconds left! I have never seen it!
Symbolic of the shooting we've seen from Venezuela this first half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go tax the closeout. Big Bruno inside.
Fills it off.
Well, welcome back. Just over, well, maybe 3 minutes or so to go before the start. So Guinea back out on the floor. They really did play very well in the middle part of that second quarter. As we said at the top of the game, they do have players who can score the basketball. And they have really established a nice advantage in that first half. Lead this 44-30. (26-12) second quarter for Guinea, and it was all about that middle part of the second quarter. Shot the three ball really well, made 3 in a row, and that just broke the game open. The great thing for Rwanda is they stopped that bleeding after the second time out, and now they've just got to eat away at the lead. As long as they win the third quarter, they're back in the game. They don't have to win it by many. They don't have to get the full team points back in no time, but they do have to win the third quarter. And as they showed towards the end of the first half, if they pick their defense up, they have the capability to really put some pressure on this Guinea roster. Shannon Evans has 11 points, 4 assists in his just under 16 minutes of basketball. Nice combination in the backcourt with Suleimane Boom Jr. He has the 10 points. So they pretty much have half of Guinea's points in that first half. 10 assists, again, shared between the two of them, 4 each. Coach Suric is going to be happy in so many ways, but he just didn't like that lapse that just allowed Rwanda to get back into the game. Suric still trying to work the referee. Coach Suric is also plying his trade in France. As we said, a number of these Guinea national team are also doing. Alpha Diallo hasn't played, which makes you either he has a problem or coach is trying to look after him. I'm sure that'll please everybody that's in Monaco. And the three-point woes for Rwanda, 1 for 14. It's tough to win a game at this level shooting 1 for 14 from the three-point line. No one on the Rwanda roster really, you know, would you have to guard them on the three-point line? Are they really going to hurt you? And they don't shoot the ball over 30% from the three-point line at any spot. And Dize shoots it 30% across his national team career. There's a role here if someone can offer this Rwanda national team a shooter. So Guinea in the driving seat, 14 up, just going back to the bench. You can turn this around, and if they do win the third quarter, then they're in a very good position to get their World Cup qualification off and running. They'll take a big step down the road to Qatar. They would have stepped it up. Looking to one of the 5 African teams that will make it to the World Cup championship round, to the tournament in Qatar in 2027. 6 qualification windows to look forward to across the world. Slightly different structure here in Africa, where they run them as tournaments. And they'll get their rounds of games done in 2 of the 3 competition windows. Shannon Evans and Guinea looking on the right side of a 14-point margin. We'll have the first possession at the start of this third quarter. We're underway. Evans gets it into the half court. They're going to get an inside touch. Nice little 2-man game as Mohamed Diallo tried to feed it back to the block. Evans will take it out, gets his feet set, fires up the 3, count it. Just too much space and time. You've got to have a hand up the whole way through the play. Evans just stroked it like a drill. Evans thinks pass, now gives it up. Well, quick fire on the three-point line is no good. Defensive rebound pulled in by Furaha. Tuzak gets it into the half court. Hagu Mintawali moves it on. Not really looking to be aggressive enough here. No one's looking to turn the corner and get that defense turned. Gonna have to put the tough one up. Suzu goes up with a runner, doesn't get the drop. It's a battle on the glass, but super job. Usmani Drame just gets stuff done. One of those guys on your team that will always be out there working. It's a great job with McCormack on the inside. McCormack faces, puts it on the floor, feels the double team. Little short jump hook, doesn't get the drop, finds its way. McCormack going back up, doesn't get it to go. That's the third offensive rebound they can't complete. Step back, three's gone is no good, but offensive rebound unopposed, and Rwanda. Surely it's not going to take another timeout to really get them focused on the effort front. McCormack wanted the deep catch. Who needs the deep catch when you're going to knock the three down? Second three of the night. 2 for 16. They're going to wipe that off. So after making the three, Agumintari gets the three. After that, they get the stop. That's exactly the type of ratio they need. Stops and then scores. Back to a 14-point game. Rwanda have the basketball. We'll show a little horn set. They screen away. Trying to flatten off the defense. Somehow it finds its way to the inside, and McCormack is short. But they come back down with it. McCormack going up, and they just can't find one again. The tough one on the end of the clock is no good. Chance to run. Evans has it, is fouled in transition. They did a great job at contesting, competing. They just couldn't finish the plays. Shannon Evans tries to find space. They hit the second side, wide open, great ball movement. Can't knock the three down, but that's the way to play the game. Spread the floor, get the defense chasing. Just got to knock the three down. Great work on the glass. Jean-Jacques from the three-point line got a whistle on the play. Looks like Ndizi's going to be called for the foul. Delame on the floor. Looks like he rolled the ankle. Boom Jr. moves it on. Shannon Williams turns it over, trying to thread it through. Too much traffic. Little runner, rainbow type runner, doesn't get the drop. Offensive rebound and one. McCormack just hung around. Mohamed Quaita checks in. They have nice balance, this Guinea lineup. Nice combination of some veterans, a group of young players coming through. 3 players under 23, core in the middle at late 20s, and then Evans at 31. Conde at 33, just bring that little experience to the roster. Great move. Big time athletic move down low as Quaita just took off on the baseline. And Rwanda trying to hang around right now. Just gave up an easy one. Quaita on the free throw line. Can't get it to go. Couldn't complete the and one. Around the wrong end of a 13-point lead, but do have the 1-point advantage on the quarter so far. Just have to win the quarter. Great follow. Outwork your opponent, great things happen. McCormack just flew from the weak side, throws it down. Get it back to an 11-point game, and they get the stop. Chance to get back to single digits. Jean-Jacques, Shumba can't get it to go. McCormack again owning the glass, needs a pass, finds one. McCormack, feet set for the mid-range two, buries it. Timeout Guinea, and that's a beautiful phrase of play for the Rwanda national team. McCormack, both ends of the floor and offensively on the glass, finding ways to contribute. They get a great little run, closes to single digits, and find themselves in a much better place. They're approaching the end of the third quarter. Let's take a listen.
One or two offensive rebounds. Create contact with McCormack. All the players, go to rebound, backing rebound. They're in bonus, hey. We have to attack them, to provoke some fouls, to shoot free throws. And we have only one team foul. Only Shaq, he has some problem with foul. Okay, do harder, do foul to stop something, guys. And let's go. Vamos, let's go. Defense on 2, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
T'es fermé?
That's more an urgency timeout as opposed to being too worried. A little bit similar to where he was in the first half. There's the court side, 1891 QR code, as we said earlier on. Download the app, live action, highlights, all the scores, it's all there. Download it from your normal source. 9-point game, Guinea looking to just maintain what they've got. Got to be aggressive though. Shannon Evans moves it on. Drop it inside. Dlamé inside out. Attack that closeout. Dlamé gets a little shovel pass. Is blocked. Too congested. The effort rate just going through the roof for Rwanda. Trying to work their way back in. End line possession, 7 on the shot clock. Oh, wide open on the long side. Feet set for 3 is no good. Dodged the bullet. And again, McCormack comes up with a positive stat, and that gets it in transition. We'll hand it off. Rwanda looking to close this to a 6-point game. McCormack wants it in the block. Great pass. Super cut. And it's all about Rwanda at the moment. Close it to a 7-point game. David McCormack had got really energized. Dlamé leaned back on two. Great defense by McCormack this time. It's all around David McCormack this run. Missoula gets it into the half court. Wants it, gets it, squares it up. McCormack wants, super pass, got a finish. Great recovery. Super effort to get a block on it. Quater just works so hard to recover, leaves and blocks and gets a piece. How important will that be? Could have been looking at a 5-point game. Rwanda with 9 on the possession. Long two is way short. Shannon Evans. They haven't stopped the ball yet. Now they have. He'll back it out. Now he'll take the ball screen. Gets the defense low on it. Evans. No one else has touched it. Puts up the three. And why does he need them to? Just bounced out for the step back for three. Back out to a 10-point game. Inside, McCormack is fouled on the roll. And is all about David McCormack. Great weight on the pass. Evans couldn't get involved in trying to steal it. End line possession for Rwanda. Rwanda only have the 3 team fouls, but we'll check that for you. Cormac gets it in the block, fills the double teams, got to get out of there. Just power through it, goes with a little jump hook, doesn't get the drop. Quater with a defensive rebound. Too easy. It's a great break. They moved the ball really well. But Mohamed Diallo, no one puts a body on him, gets to the ring, back out to 10. Line up the three. Sweet. Well, they only made 1 3 in the whole of the first half. They're already up to 4 threes in this in the game now. 3 in this quarter. Evans skips it. Inside, Evans gets it back. Feet set all day, all night, and knocks down the 3. You cannot rotate off him. If you rotate off him, he will just keep doing that to you. Knocks down the 3. Quater sweeps and cleans the mess up on the glass. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Shannon Evans just putting on a demonstration. 23 points in his 24 minutes of basketball. Timeout, Rwanda, and it's back out to 15. And it's back out to 15 because Shannon Evans has just gone back-to-back threes. Let's take a listen to the timeout.
They can be a penetrator. He don't want to shoot floaters, or he don't want to pass it out. He's the only one that's creating for them.
Guys, hey, Wilson, we need to respect the principles of defense. Now, when the ball is here, you are here. Don't come very here because they will pass. So rotation, you need to be on the split line, but you need to be like on the free throw because when they reverse the pass, you have to be closer to the shooter. But you are going very far, and you guys are turning your heads. If you turn your head, you don't know what is happening behind you. Okay? Guys, offensively, let's play 2. Let's play 2. Every time you come on, pass, screen, okay? Now, make sure you go to screen and screen the screener again, okay? Let's go. Hey, 5 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fight.
Hey, stay positive, guys. Pitch action. Pitch action.
1:11 remaining in quarter three. We said at the beginning of this third quarter that they had to win the quarter. Well, they're one down so far, Rwanda. McCormack wants it, doesn't get it. Gonna take the foul. Trey Tua was a little passive, gotta be a bit more aggressive. Has it on the sideline, will inbound. Cormac on the pick, will look to roll. Goes short, needs a pass. You take the three, deep on the clock, hits nothing apart from the backboard. Chance to run the other way. They just keep pushing, keep probing in transition. And then they have this man, Shannon Evans. Feels the double team, puts it back on the floor, comes back, turns it over. Numbers down the floor, 3-on-2 break. Just have to make good decisions. Well, they'll be disappointed about not getting the and one, but they'll take the three throws. Hago Mintwala will go to the free throw line. Took it through the traffic. He'll be bitterly disappointed he didn't finish the play. Makes the second. Rwanda with an opportunity to make it a 10-point game on this possession. They should get the last shot of the third. Evans is a 82% free throw shooter across a very long and illustrious career. So one possession to try and win the quarter, and that's psychologically important. Down 15 with the basketball, 10 seconds on the quarter. Oh, they're struggling to get anything. Jean-Jacques doesn't get it to drop. And in spite of being better, Rwanda fouled to win the third and dropped to 15 down. 62-47 at the end of the third, and Guinea are just in control at the moment. Another 18-point quarter. Really looked like, when they have Evans on the floor, they look a very good basketball team. He obviously gives them a lot of options, as we're going to see on the third quarter best plays. And what better place to start than Shannon Evans looking down the three. Better job from the three-point line for Rwanda in that period. Still at 14% though. Made 2 in that quarter, they only made 1 in the first half. It's just not, they just don't have enough firepower from the three-point line. Where they definitely have firepower is around the ring through that man. David McCormack just had an exceptional quarter. McCormack goes to 13 points, 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double. But going the other way, Shannon Evans has already put in 25 points. Suleimani Boom, the only other player in double digits for Guinea with 10 and 5 assists, has done a really nice job. 25 and 4 assists for Shannon Evans. The backcourt firepower becoming to be really draining on this Rwanda defense. So start of the fourth quarter. Rwanda have got a mountain to climb, but they do have a way of doing it. They showed in that third quarter. Kuzimama checks in. Big second step. Soft touch for two is good as Hago Mintawara just drives through, gets the two to go. Going to try and get some momentum with Evans out of the game. Wide open for three, far too much time. They dodged the bullet. That's going to be defensive as Tracy Ntoa just pushes off. Quater again, using that big body. He's a handful to keep off the glass. Great second step, gets the two, super finish. And when Evans steps off, Suleimani Boom Jr. goes to work. Inside, outside, the open three, feet set, no good. They are the shots they've just got to knock down if they're going to make this back. Ball goes out of bounds, will stay with Rwanda. Trace ins Toa. Just going to knock down the open look. Substitutions coming in off the Rwandan bench. Toa Prince checks in. The shot Bouzwa steps out. And if they start killing the game, as long as they don't get too negative, it's really going to be tough here for Rwanda. Whistle on the play. They cannot just bail them out with a foul. Just stay down, move your feet. 8:31 remains in the fourth. Guinea on the sideline. Just turning the corner at will. Super pass. Wow. Just having fun out here. Boom Jr. just loving life with Shannon Evans on the bench, just taking control. Simply have to start making the threes. Got to keep it ticking over. Great effort, super effort by Guinea. Just took away the options, kept active. Chance to make this a 20-point margin. And there's the shot to make it a 20-point margin. Comes up short. Offensive rebound pulled in. Gets the two to go. All a little bit dribble orientated. Great work on the glass. But Faraha just cannot complete the play. Does all the work on the glass. Just can't get the putback to go. Still have that feel that they just have a little bit in reserve at the moment, Guinea. Extra pass to the corner, lines up the three, is blocked. McCormack's gonna have to put up the long two. Doesn't get it to drop. Whistle on the plate. Once Guinea have blown this open in the second quarter, they haven't looked back. A couple of runs have made it interesting, but at the moment they're in control. Lead this by 19 and they have the basketball. Again, Boom just running the game, kick to the wing. Easy three with that much time and space. And Suleimane Boum, the 26-year-old Limoges guard, is just running this. Literally in control. Well, the three is answered with a three. Who's coming up with that? Super effort. Almost threw it away though. And they turn it over. They're going to call a foul because of the contact. Referee trying to let the game go. Had to make the call. There you go. There was the contact on the elbow. Guinea pick up their first team foul of the fourth quarter. Just under 6 remaining. Prince Toa goes upstairs. Little back cut action. Nice finish. Back to a 19-point game. Tough two. Doesn't get to drop. Super effort. And we'll finish it on the inside. Great extra pass. Sharing is caring on this Guinea team. Diallo with the two. Opens it out. Prestois with a little shake and bake, gets to the middle. Great follow. Super soft touch. Sorry, the scoreboard is stuck on that. It's a 56-73 margin at the moment. So Rwanda get it back under 12, trying to work their way back in. Inside, outside. Back-to-back threes, no. Great work on the glass. McCormack again just going to work. Guinea will take the timeout. As close as they've been for a while now. 17-point game. Still time, 4:34 remaining. You can see how Rwanda could compete with Guinea here. When they pick their defense up, they force them to move the basketball. They get them out of their comfort space, coming off pin down screens, flaring to get open looks. When they take them out of those looks, then they are very competitive. You just have to do it every single possession at this level. Well, Guinea just trying to manage this one now. 4:20 to go. They lead by 15. They do not want to get into a little scramble come the end of the game. Opens out. Extra pass. Oh, poor pass. Foul line jump shot. Drame doesn't get it to go. McCormack is just putting in a shift. On the glass, comes down with the rebound. Twa. 21-year-old, is he going to start to spark? Little floater in the lane for two is no good. McCormack keeps it alive again. That'll be a Rwanda basketball. Well, it looked like a Rwanda basketball. Need to see it again. Well, they've got it right in the end, I think. 3:46, 14-second reset, 15-point margin. They just need to score. They've almost got to go perfect for the last 3:40. More than capable. Can they do it? Ball's knocked away. I think it came off the leg of Twa, but no. Prince Twa trying to announce himself on a World Cup qualifier stage. Well, they just get the pin down screen for the three. McCormack again. Now he steps out to the three-point line and knocks it down. 15 points, 11 rebounds, getting it done. Super effort. Just got to play hard at this end. The deep, deep three. Quaidic doesn't get it to go. That's not where he earns his money. 20% three-point shooter across his national team career. Big trip. Chance to get it back into single digits. They're going to get one run at this. Twa with a three. 9-point game. Here come Rwanda. Their last chance. 2:56. Prince Twa, fearless. Knocks down the three. Timeout for Guinea. And there's a light. It's a small light, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel for Rwanda. They get one shot at one run. Got to be perfect. This is that moment right now. They've got to come out of this timeout ready to continue with that momentum. All the questions being asked of Guinea in this fourth quarter. As close as they have been in a very long time. So Guinea have all the advantage here. Under 3 minutes to go. They still lead this by 9. And they have the basketball. They just have to execute. That's really easy to say when you're sitting here. But if a team has momentum, it's a very dangerous situation. Need to get a good one this time down the floor. Well, too easy through the trap. Evans comes off the ball screen. Little short roll. They settle for the three. It's no good. Someone's got to clean the mess up. Why wouldn't it be McCormack? He's done everything. Absolutely everything. Picks up his 12th rebound of the game. Deasy. McCormack will come to screen. Twa. They get it to the corner, gonna have to put it up. They just about get it away for the three, and Twa's gone back-to-backs. Twizzy Mama gets the three, and they give up an easy two. The emotion of the three just dissipates in the blink of an eye. Still only an 8-point game. McCormack drops it inside. The little jump hook doesn't get it dropped. Jalame has it. Jalame needs a pass, gets it back to Evans. Whistle on the play. Rwanda have fouls to give. That'll be their 4th team foul. And this, the emotion on the bottom of the shot clock. Nothing but string.
One time out left, okay?
And they just go long and get the easy 2. Rwanda take a timeout. Got to map out the last 145. And it starts with a stop. Prince Twa, the 21-year-old, 193, one of the young players that's highlighted, still a freshman at the NCAA with UT Tyler. When you are 21 years old, you have no fear. It's your time, it's your place. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Just running out of cliches right now. But Twa, with this 3, just made sure everybody knew he was a factor. Tizzy Mama with his 3. Big trip. 8-point game. Need a stop. Evans. They go inside. Delame tries to draw the double team. Wide open. For the 3 is good. Come out, run. What do you want to run? Get it to the guy you want to get it to. And Mohamed Quaita doesn't quite make it safe, but he makes a big, big chunk and a big, big hole in the momentum that Rwanda were building. $11-point game. Twa will inbound the ball. Cormac, they've run that play before, lines up the 3. Knocks it down. And DZ Sorry just with absolute aplomb. Same play, get the same result. Back to an 8-point game and the turnover. Numbers down the floor, just have to make the right decision. Open 3 in transition is no good. They get the offensive rebound. McCormack again keeps it alive. Twa puts it on the floor, gets it to the corner. They chase them off the 3-point line. McCormack, mid-range 2, had to get it away. That's the way to go to the offensive boards, but what a job on the glass. Phenomenal rebound. 1 on 3 on the glass, and the 1 comes up with it. Super effort. They're gonna walk the floor to shoot the throws. And that may well be enough right now. Suleimani Boom. Great backcourt combination. Makes the first. Shannon Evans and Suleimani Boom. Any team in this qualification group would like that combination. Makes both. Back to a 10-point game. And we're in the last 30 seconds. They've got to go quick. And they definitely don't want to turn it over. And that'll do it. Oh, they're going to take the foul. And Suleimani Boom will go to the free throw line. Suleimani Boom with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He's had to play 34 minutes tonight. But these 34 minutes are going to end up with a win for his country, and that's all that matters. 41 of these 80 points from Boom and Evans. It's a 1-2 punch that's going to be tough to guard across these qualification games. Makes the first. Rwanda take the timeout. Can only be about trying to limit the damage here. If you're going to lose, you need to lose as small as you possibly can. 13.6 seconds. Every single game in these World Cup qualifiers count, because these results get taken forward into the second round group. The scores against the 2 other teams that get to progress with you are counted in the second round groups. So this is a tough group, to be fair. Both Tunisia and Nigeria ranked higher than these 2 countries. Guinea, gotta say, having finished 9th in Afrobasket, will really believe they have a chance to qualify for the second round. And then if you've got a backcourt as talented as Shannon Evans and Suleimani Boom, you're going to look at it and think you have a real chance. Well, if Rwanda are going to try and run plays to get threes, then Guinea are going to try and take away the three-point option. They've got fouls to give, still got 2 to give. Well, they get the 3 away. Chua doesn't get it to go. Don't need to foul right now. Well, they're going to take the 3. It doesn't get it to go. And that will do it. And a seriously good second quarter set up the win for Guinea. Rwanda hung around. They had a chance. They dug themselves out of a hole, but Guinea just had too much for too long and get the win. 82-70, get their qualification campaign off on the right foot. A 12-point win. And they have a backcourt that's going to worry any other backcourt in this group. Shannon Evans, Suleimani Boom. Excellent performance. 43 of the 82 points, over half the points from the 2 guards. On the other side, as we look at the best plays of the 4th quarter, you're going to see a lot of David McCormack. 30 minutes, 15 points, 13 rebounds. There was a period in that 4th quarter where single-handedly he almost dragged Rwanda back into this. But just not, again, the 3-point threat is just not at the level it needs to be. They shot the ball 24% of the time from the 3-point line. The numbers scoring-wise just really undid Rwanda's chances. Guinea shot the ball 59 and 35% respectively against 41 and 24. .23 points off the Guinea bench. All bodes well for the rest of this qualification journey that this team want to go on. tough qualification, though. It's the World Cup. 5 teams from Africa will go to Qatar. 16 teams start out. But that will do it. That's a great performance by Guinea to get the win. They get the win. They start the campaign off in the way they'd want to. There's confirmation of all the results today. Wins for Cape Verde, South Sudan, Tunisia in overtime, and Guinea. They get their campaigns off to a loss, to a win. The other 4 teams have to bounce back. But the first step down the road to Qatar is a successful one for those 4 teams. Been a privilege again. This has been great. This is only day 1, though. We'll see you again for more action tomorrow.